There is a lot that we're not going to be able to answer tonight, but the good news is there's been a lot of information about fatalities. And as of right now, we're not aware of them. We are not aware of fatalities due to this event tonight that began just prior to 8 p.m. We recognize that there's been a lot of information about that. Some had reported that there were 15 to 17 at the hospital, and that's okay. It's not okay, but it ended up being just fine because that's not what we know today or tonight. I believe everybody's trying to do the right thing, but once they start talking about something, then it suddenly becomes fact, and then it goes out on social media and it becomes the norm. A terrible, terrible event tonight in the mayor's city. We don't know the extent of the damage on the south end of town. We do know that there have been some buildings and homes that have been completely destroyed. And that work will begin in the morning to actually go through and subdivide every single one of those properties and do everything within our power to find out if there is anyone still within the confines of those collapsed buildings. The Governor, Holcomb, has approved to activate Task Force 1, so they are on their way here now, and as you know, there's nobody better on the planet at doing this kind of work than that group of incredible people. So they'll be on site here supporting the city and supporting Randolph County for an undetermined period of time, but I'm confident they'll stay. I know they'll stay till the work is done, and every single individual and person is accounted for. The family reunification or has been displaced, please go to the high school, and we collectively, all of us, can meet the needs of anybody that might come there. There's been a tremendous amount of outreach of folks wanting to come to the city to help this mayor and the city, and there is going to be a time for that, but that time is not tonight. Please do not self-deploy to the county or to the city. Please do not. As you can see on Main Street, right outside of where we're standing now, there is no power, so everything is dark. We have law enforcement officers all over the city at venues, so that if there is somebody that wants to come up here and commit a crime, it'd be a really bad idea to do that. As you can see, Sheriff Redder from Wayne County, there are police chiefs here, there are sheriffs from other counties here, and we're collectively, we have plenty of people to be able to support this community. And I know this guy, I've known him for a long time, and he'll stay as long as he needs to stay with any resource that he has. I even heard them talking about sending up Wayne County highway people to help with the city, but again, allow us to take a step back, structurally figure out what this might look like and what those needs are, and then we can talk further about that. Scott, where did you tell me that volunteers are to come to?
The White River Volunteer Fire Department.
White River Volunteer Fire Department is where folks can go to if they have come to bring services, to bring equipment, to bring manpower, whatever that might be. But as of right now, we appreciate your patience. We appreciate you telling the story tonight. I wish we had more information about the loss of life or significant injuries. There have been many, many significant injuries, but I don't know the number. I don't know where they are. I don't know what those injuries are. None of us do. But in short order, we'll be able to tell you all those things. So I would anticipate we'll coordinate with the mayor. We'll come back to you as a group sometime mid-morning, and then I think we'll have a pretty good idea then what it looks like. We'll have aviation assets up here in the morning to be able to get a pretty good idea of what occurred, not just here in Randolph County, but also what occurred in Madison and Delaware. I think there was some damage over in Richmond area, in the Wayne County, at least some. So there's a lot that we don't know yet. So I think as of right now, we'll not speculate anymore about what we think. We'll just start telling you what we know.
And can we just talk about too, just when these types of incidents happen, it's chaos. It's a lot of miscommunication. Nobody's trying to throw anybody under the bus of where this number 3 came from. But just talk about that in these initial moments when you first have something like this. It is difficult to get those numbers. We're not trying to place blame here on that number.
Oh no, Jenny, no. And the 3 came from ISP. Mm-hmm. There was some information that had been shared with a lot of different people, and again, no one did anything nefarious here. But when you say you think versus what you know, they're very different. And sometimes what people think is what they think they know, and then they tell other people. So nothing nefarious whatsoever. The good news is, as at this point in time, we don't know. But I tell you, coming over here, I thought the death toll would be in excess of 20 or 25 people, based on the information that I was receiving. So, and I know all of you are receiving that same information. So allow us now to take a step back, slow things down, methodically approach this with all the resources we have from multiple agencies, and then we'll be able to tell you tomorrow what we know.
What are your methods to confirm a fatality?
I'm sorry?
What are your methods? How are you taking this to make sure it's right?
Yeah, that's what we'll do now, methodically. Every single one of these facilities is going to have to be checked, especially those that have completely collapsed, like the Taco Bell in the south end of town is an example. So it'll be a very methodical approach. The information that we have of people that have not been able to find a loved one, we need to know that. We absolutely need to know that, so call the local dispatch center if someone has that concern or they can't find a loved one, okay? But otherwise, it will be Task Force 1 is really good at that, and they'll grid this all off, all the places where there's damage, and then they'll methodically go through that. If they need law enforcement assistance, then one of our agencies will be able to participate with them to help them recover if there's a need to do that, or to tell you that there's not. Okay.
We came here, thinking it was 3. Is there a sense of relief knowing that it's decreased possibly?
I'm sorry?
We came here, I know this is an ever-changing situation.
Yes.
But is there a sense of relief now that we don't have any fatalities at the moment?
It is.
Does sense of
It
relief?
is. You know, we dealt with the Sullivan County tornado last year, or the year before, that just devastated that rural community in southwestern Indiana, south of Terre Haute. Certainly what happened down in Scott County in 2012. So there's lots of experience here, not just from the law enforcement perspective, but from the first responders to deal with this. And anytime there's not loss of life that we thought there was, there's a huge relief. I spoke multiple times to the governor tonight. He'll be up here in the morning, and he'll talk about what's available. Department of Homeland Security is here. They'll continue to come in the morning. So this is just beginning for us. We'll stay as long as the mayor asks us or needs us to stay, and help them as much as we can. Remember, it seems like these always strikes people that will have a tremendous need. All of us would. All of us would. So I think it's the right thing for us to do, to let them know that we're not going to leave when all the debris is cleaned up. There's going to have to be resources. I would be careful about the GoFundMe pages. I would be careful about the fundraising initiatives that are happening right now. Give the mayor a little bit of time to help with that, so that there's a local place. Remember that we want to try and help the families with every single dollar that we receive. And we'll be able to confirm what that fund is and how people can access it. But we will be asking for the community's support and help for these family members that have lost everything.